in keeping with that, I was going to ask you, Mike, how you, what the impetus was for you and for the guys, how you felt when, you know, what persuaded you to cooperate with him?
What persuaded me?
No, what was the impetus for you to do the film initially? What was the catalyst?
Sure.
And then how did the guy?
You know, they did bleacher expansion and stuff down in right field. Bobby Mercer hit a homer, and I was running down after it. I had my hands on the rail, which you would hold it, and going down the stairs, and there was a piece of jagged steel up like that. I just poured wetting on. So I just went ahead and had 8 inches put in it. I was back to next day. It was this hand, of course. Gloves on this one.
When I ran across the street, Preston Wilson, actually, of Colorado Rockies at the time. He hit the ball out, and I ran across the street to make the catch. And then I had done it 100 times before, where I made the catch, and I was just crossing up onto the sidewalk on the other side. Well, I stepped right on the side of the curb, and it just snapped the ankle. So that was the worst.
How long were you on the DL?
I've spent a few things on a DL, from clipping, you know, when you get football, you get the clipping, I can whack like that. For the broken foot, that was probably about 7 weeks.
That was 7 weeks of your life?
I was back out there, despite the fact that somebody didn't want me out there.
So I just want to finish something that you had asked on your first question that you didn't get the second part of. You said, how did we accept Mike? And it did bother me how I could keep this back in. And now that you were talking, I'm going to interrupt you. Mike's persistence, you know, because this guy kept coming by, you know, you said, how did we accept him? It's like, well, this guy's just standing here and talk to you while I'm shagging balls, and boom, I'm gone. And I come back and say, sorry, Mike, because he's doing an interview or something, right? And I say, if the ball's hit, I'm leaving. And his willingness to accept that I'm going to continue doing my thing, and if you can get your thing done during it, as long as it doesn't interfere, fine. And then over a long period of time, his persistence and his coming over and continuing to do this, we just more and more grew to accept him, and glad we did. Was that?
Yeah, thank you. That's perfect.
Because it took years, as you can imagine. I know you can too, because I see you down here earlier.
If there's anybody wondering about the numbers that are on here, this is what they were in my career. All of these don't have numbers on them, but some of them do.
The gentleman behind you first, then a guy back there, then you, because you had 5. Yes, sir.
The question that comes to my mind is,
Yep.
I'm sure. I went to Florida, and so that those people recognized my name, and a lot of publicity came to it. The one I prefer to tell people about is an Andre Dawson foul ball while he was with the Expos. There's a lot of stories to that, but there's a lot of questions. I don't know if we want to go into all that detail. They always run me out of here when I start talking. You guys are all lucky, by the way. I haven't slept in 2 days because otherwise you can't show me.
and mine would have to be Ron Sanos, 300 home run. Big Ron Sanos fan, being able to return that ball to him. Nowadays they probably hold him up for a couple of grand. But I settled for an autograph ball and an autograph bat from him because I was a big fan of his. Plus the one that Sandberg hit that won the home run here in Contest back in 1990 when the Cubs had it a very good.
Wow. That's a little light.
You talked about, Mo, you were the Mr. Inside and Mr. Outside, and you talked about batting practice. Do they have it in the morning or something? And is it admission charge for batting practice?
Yes. But you got to realize when we first started going there, bleachers for me was 50 cents, then 75 cents, then $1.25. But because I was a little kid back then, and I just lived right down the street. Kenmore went to school. I was just houses down the street, and I was 8 years old. And if I became 10 or 11, I started working in the park, lifting up seats after the game. And what the grandstands, they had the folding seats, they would give you a pass for the next day's game or whenever. And through many years of doing this, I didn't even need a pass anymore. I just walked in, hey Mo, and then kept on going. And I was able to go into the park like that for quite a few years. And then the trip came along and brought us out, and they stopped that, no more free passes. But the prices were starting to go up, $3.75. Now it's $60 a well, it's not. Now, we all work, unlike that one guy, and they were kept for a little, and the fact that why don't we get a job or something. I mean, I've been working since 1971 when I got back from Mount. And I just want to get, that's why I want that pass now. I want to get back into bleachers. But now, these last 3 years, I've been stuck outside with these guys.
You want to get rid of them, man.
Can I ask you another question? Were you outside there when, in 1987, when the Cubs were playing and they brought in Lee, what's the relief pitcher Lee, and the umpires said, that's it. Well, the catcher turned to the umpire and said, I can't see the ball because it was so foggy. It was raining, and 3 days of rain, and finally got a game going, and he said, I can't see the ball, so they stopped the game in 7th inning and everybody went home. And that was the year before the lights went out.
Yeah, I think I remember a few games, many games when it was called Cooperstown, but not so much.
And we were there at that game.
Well, they'd suspend the game, yeah, I remember. Or they would suspend it and start it the next day, and stuff like that, yeah. I hated to see the lights come in, because we had, I understand why they're doing it, but you don't have to like it. Because we had the day baseball, and we had, it was the throwback to the way things are. That's what's so amazing about being in this venue, being a part of this, because you can walk around these halls, and I can get lost. My wife will tell you, I got out of the car, and this is the first time I was ever here, got out of the car, and I'm just standing out there going, oh my God, I can't believe I'm really standing there. So there's a passion amongst all of us, varying degrees, but there's a passion nonetheless. And it's really, as they brought in at the end of the movie, and I thought they brought it very well, it's a love affair. It's a love for the ballpark, it's a love for the Cubs team, and God, if the Boston Red Sox can do it, boy, there's still hope. So, you know, it's just one of those things.
Are all the original Ballhawks still catching fly balls?
No, I've gone through about 200 different Ballhawks. Some of them died, some of them just quit, some, you know, and some got too many injuries. I've sustained a few injuries out there, and no cards with me. I've run into some balls too. I got good peripheral vision for those guys.
And as they said in the movie, my back is not allowing me to do a lot of the things that I want to do, plus the fact there's a young lady sitting back there that wants me to quit anyway. But and she's been trying to get me to quit for a long time. But it's, you know, it's very much, I very much have slowed down because of that. I can't run. I was never the fastest in the world to begin with. Moe and I couldn't keep up with Dave if we had jets on our team. But
there's rabbits out there now.
Yeah, there's a lot of rabbits out there.
Super Dave can handle them, but these guys can outrun Dave in the long run. And Dave's kind of injured right now too, though. Good days here in the season.
I congratulate you because it was absolutely fascinating. Absolutely fascinating.
Thank you.
I never knew that there was such a thing, you know? And I was just absolutely shocked. First of all, it must be wonderful to grow up as a young kid and right next door to my baseball.
As I said, that's how I got started. And, you know, they had old Henry's hamburgers there, and I found out that I could catch a ball and sell for 50 cents to go buy a hamburger for a quarter. Before I did those things, so
But there
that's
was
how I
always
got started.
something to do, you know, and people
Yeah, well, we play ball every day, fast pitch. You know,
the
and,
nice cars and everything.
yeah,
And
very
there's
much
something
so.
else I wanted to say. Oh, what do you mentally do with your collection?
Well, a lot of them, as far as the things that I save the home runs to. Moe has 240. I have a hockey 79. In fact, I just finally got one this year again. One to read it near the end of the year. And it's pretty funny because Dave was doing some video with it, and he says, you know, show it to me and hold your hand still. I says, I can't because my hand's like this. And the adrenaline sets in, probably with me more than anybody else. My hands are like this when that happens. And so as far as what's going to happen to the collection, well, obviously my son's probably going to end up with it when I'm pushing the grass from the wrong side. I'm sure he does. Yeah, I'm sure he does because he got over 600 himself. So it's kind of a family affair. And my lady has 3 of her own. So I will say one thing: we may not be tops in much of anything else, but with the husband, the wife, and the son, we have more baseball than any combination in the world.